I got a story about somebody who I've been friends with since we were about 8 years old. This is a very long time. I'm in my 40s now, and it just so happens this person actually dislikes the Disney Star Wars movies more than me, and I'm pretty damn bad. I hate the things almost as much as anyone, but he hates them so bad he couldn't watch The Rise of Skywalker, even The Mandalorian. He couldn't get into it. He watched a couple episodes. He was like, "Dude, I can't do it. It's Star Wars." It was just like this bad feeling around Star Wars. So even those of us that still deep down have this emotion and this care for the original content are having trouble moving on because of the Disney trilogy that's out there. People like this are now pretty much removed from the fandom. He doesn't comment. He doesn't hate. He doesn't make videos. He just can't really watch it anymore. So you've got a portion of those people in this fandom now. So that hurts it terribly. You've also got people like me who can't really stand praise for it because I think it's so bad it doesn't deserve praise. It's just that bad. I think what they did is on the verge of a crime, all right? It's not technically a crime. That would be insane to say that, but like it's like close. They took something people love, people get tattoos of, people have weddings of, people have been influenced by this for decades for their own art and entertainment, and they just trash it with these messages in these crappy movies in a very different way than the prequels, by the way. The prequels had a story. They had a foundation, they had a plot, they went somewhere. A lot of us didn't like the execution, but at the core they were pretty good, and they put a lot of good lore out there, and the characters were good. There was just a little too much for the kids in there, like Jar Jar Binks, some goofy aliens, and some tone issues. But if you get what I'm saying, it wasn't this kill the past bullshit. It wasn't this Rose Tico was a social justice warrior bullshit. It was just, a little off. Now, this leads me to another important point that I don't hear people say so much. The thing is this. Some people say, well, this one thing is going to bring the fandom together. That can't really happen for me. Because I already now know there are people out there, if they like The Last Jedi, they like The Rise of Skywalker, that they don't care for Star Wars in the same way I do. I like the characters, I had an emotional attachment to them, and these people, I think, just like the cool shit. The vehicles, the lightsabers, maybe the music, something like that, but I don't think they had an emotional attachment to the characters. Because if they did, they would have a hard time accepting what happened to Han and Luke especially. Because it just doesn't make too much sense. Those characters were used to push up the new characters, especially Rey. Okay? Han going from a war hero of galactic proportions back to a smuggler makes absolutely no sense for almost any reason. Alright? I have 3 sons. Han had a son. The whole argument is that his son turned to the dark side. So, he went back to smuggling. Complete bullshit. If something happened to one of my sons, let's say real life, let's say they become a criminal, or they go back to do something really bad, like horrible, like what Kyle did dark side, I would do everything in my power to help them, to save them. I would keep the best job I possibly could to get lawyers, to do whatever I could to help them. I wouldn't go back to my old crappy job and get depressed. That's ridiculous. That's giving up on your son. It's stupid, and it's probably not what Han would do, and it makes absolutely no sense why I would switch jobs. Luke, we've been here 1,000 times, so I'm not going to go through everything, but the point is, they removed him from The Force Awakens, they made him weak, they made him lose a duel to Rey, he comes back in The Rise of Skywalker, he has to say, I was wrong, he has to listen to how Rey is only scared of herself, she's not even modest really, it's just not the Luke we knew. It's not good writing for Luke Skywalker. He tries to kill his nephew. Really? So, what I'm saying is that I've kind of been exposed to the fact that these people just did not have the attachment I did, so I can't really take them seriously as Star Wars fans in the same way. Okay? I don't hate them. I'm not going to name call. I mean, maybe I'll make a little joke here and there. But I'm not going to seriously name call. And we have that. So it's really going to be hard for people like me, and I think there's like 50% of the fan base is full of people like me, to coexist with them. Go on lives, go on forums, things like that, and just kind of have a conversation about Star Wars in general. It's not going to happen, because the second something comes up about Disney Star Wars, I'm going to say, well, to me that's not canon. or to me that didn't happen, or I don't want to even talk about that because I don't want to even have that picture in my mind. That's why I think the fandom can never come back together, and you can never really have this like gray, neutral fandom anymore. I think the fandom's just totally broken, and it's going to be, in pieces now. We'll see what happens. I'm speaking soon. 5 years from now, maybe everything will be cool. Who the hell knows? But I think for the foreseeable future, it can't go gray, so to speak. It can't be brought together by something. And what's going to bring it together? It's going to have to be a major motion picture, because that's what like most of the fan base watches. I know there's EU stuff, there's comics, there's games, there's stuff like that, but those are also separate factions of the fan base. The major blunt numbers of the fan base watch the movies and the saga movies. That's the important thing. And without that being good, it's not going to come back together. That's my opinion. You guys let me know down below what you think. Gonna do a shout out. Shout out to June's Melody. Appreciate the support. And she's got Han and Leia from Return of the Jedi on her little channel art. Cool. And a shout out to Mr. Pete, because he gave me a super chat. I almost shout out. He's at 749 right now. He needs 800, he's saying. So go subscribe to Mr. Pete. He likes subscribers, and he likes asking for people to subscribe to his channel. Subscribe. It's subscribe, not subscribe. I'm talking too fast because we're getting towards the end. Mr. Pete, there it is. Alright. If you're not subscribed here, click that subscribe button. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Star Wars, pop culture, Batwoman, Captain Marvel, whatever comes up, the entertainment news, and I will see you next time.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.